Today, there are plenty of compelling electric vehicles capable of competing against ICE vehicles in almost every market segment, except when it comes to pickup trucks. Luckily, this is about to change. Over the next few years, we've been promised a tidal wave of new battery electric trucks arriving in the marketplace. These include the Tesla Cybertruck, the Rivian R1T, and the Bollinger B2, the latter two of which will have an SUV sibling at some point, and all three of which you can already make a deposit on today. Although I know that you can't actually buy these yet, today we're going to look through at these three vehicles and compare them based on what we currently know about them. We're going to compare these trucks across several different categories, including target market and use cases, exterior design, lockable and open storage, towing capacity, interior design, onboard tech, and finally, their expected sale price. So with that, let's get started. Take a look at these trucks side by side and you'll see they're all targeted at very different markets. You can tell just by their looks. Rivian, having arguably the most conventional pickup design, has made the choice to market its truck to outdoor adventure types. Rivian's promotional videos feature the R1T going off on camping trips and even getting involved in some pretty impressive off-roading, as well as, of course, that famous tank steer. Bollinger, on the other hand, is presenting its pickup as a very utilitarian form of vehicle. While some residential customers will definitely be attracted to the B2's rugged styling, frankly it reminds me of the Land Rovers of my youth that I grew up with on the farm, not to mention off-road usability, Bollinger is also marketing its trucks as commercial workhorses. Contractors who need trucks to carry their gear around urban areas may also find the B2 appealing due to its large and innovative load capabilities and construction-oriented features. There'll be more on that in a moment. But the Bollinger isn't just a town-friendly truck, it's designed for life on the farm. In fact, its creator, Robert Bollinger, originally designed it for exactly that use. It's been designed from the ground up as a Class 3 truck. In fact, I think it's the first Class 3 electric truck in existence. And Bollinger is also promising to manufacture a chassis cab variant of the B2 pickup, which will allow it to be used in many different industrial applications. And then we have, of course, the Tesla Cybertruck. Like Rivian, it's targeting primarily at those who want a pickup for non-work purposes, and its polarizing design has already proven quite controversial. While some people will undoubtedly purchase the truck for its impressive capabilities, others, even those who aren't all that sold on its design, are buying it for Tesla's technology underneath. While it's maybe not originally designed as a work truck, its rugged 30X series stainless steel body and rugged construction suggests it might be ready for a hard work life. That, coupled with a low price tag, and it does start to look like Cybertruck might maybe be used by self-employed people needing a work truck. If we set aside the target markets for a while, let's talk a little bit more about exterior styling. Rivian's design is, of course, as I've already said, a fairly classic pickup design. In many ways, the R1T looks like other pickups on the road today, but if you look closer, there are some hints that let you know this is not just another regular pickup. Those softer edges of the panels, combined with a sturdy-looking frame, give the truck an approachable yet confident look. And although some people may take a while to get used to Rivian's signature stadium headlights, styling is ultimately subjective, as you probably already know, and it's going to be up to each individual buyer to draw their own conclusions. Bollinger's design harkens back to the much-loved classic Land Rover Defenders, which of course in turn were basically modernised versions of the Land Rover Series 1, Series 2 and Series 3. Some people will love the boxy styling. I do, but others won't. The B2 has retro round headlights, 3 prominent windshield wipers and tall boxy wheel arches, all of which come together to celebrate and improve upon those classic Land Rover designs of old. If you're a buyer who loves lines of rivets and exposed hinges, then this is maybe the truck for you. At least if money is no object. We all knew back in November 2019 that Tesla's Cybertruck was coming. Months ahead of the reveal, Elon Musk had been teasing cyberpunk styling cues on Twitter, but frankly, nobody really knew quite what to expect. And Musk wasn't kidding. Cybertruck's angular stainless steel aggressive design may be unique, But many people actually love it. The triangular roof, flat hood and windshield, and those front and rear headlights, which actually consist of a single horizontal light bar, means that the Cybertruck is like nothing we've seen on the road before. At the reveal event, Musk touted the bulletproof nature of the body panels, and then of course famously talked about the durability of Tesla's patented armor glass. And we all know how that ended.
Oh my fucking god. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Ouch. Turns out though, that moment probably gave Tesla a fantastic viral leg up, because the order books filled up pretty quickly with people eager to give Tesla $100 to get a place on the Cybertruck waitlist. Although this new vehicle shape has created a lot of controversy though, there are some innovative features that are made possible by Cybertruck's unique design, which definitely deserve some attention, so we'll come on to that in a moment. Pickup trucks, of course, are all about storage and off-road capabilities. One of the keys to making a good truck is figuring out how to fit in as much lockable and open storage volume as possible. For most internal combustion engine trucks, that massive engine under the hood and a large transmission under the cab leaves you with a few limited places to actually put that storage. Most of the time you'll find there's lockable storage within the truck cab, maybe under the rear seat, as well as obviously some in the bed. But electric pickup truck manufacturers get to change things up quite a bit. In the case of Rivian, Bollinger and Tesla, each company has come up with its own unique approaches to capitalizing on this opportunity. Rivian first. The R1T contains many different locations to store gear. Apart from the spacious truck bed, it also has a large front trunk which can hold about 11 cubic feet of stuff. Rivian also adds what it's calling the gear tunnel. This is a storage pass-through which runs under the rear seats and can be accessed from the exterior on either side of the vehicle. This long storage compartment adds an additional 12 cubic feet of lockable storage volume, and it's great for things like surfboards. The R1T also has a detachable crossbar system which creates racks that can be placed either above the truck bed or the cab roof, which obviously gives you extra space for storing things. There's also an integrated retractable cover for the pickup's bed. Tesla, as you might expect, has some interesting takes on storage when it comes to Cybertruck, namely the Vault. The entire bed can be turned into a durable lockable storage area that gives the owner much more lockable space than they would have in a traditional pickup because of the sides of the bed. At the push of a button, a cover automatically slides up from the back of the truck and covers whatever is inside. It's sturdy and easily can support a person standing on it, something Elon Musk famously demonstrated to Jay Leno in a recent episode of Jay Leno's Garage. At the reveal event, some pictures shown in the background did confirm that Cybertruck will come with a frunk as well. There's also been other rumoured storage compartments, but hopefully we'll find out more on that in the future. The Bollinger B2 is also pretty clever with its storage. Like the Tesla and the Rivian, the B2 comes equipped with a front trunk and a rear load bed. But what's really innovative is the way that Bollinger has figured out a way to connect them. With no engine up front and basic seating inside the cab, the B2 has a pass-through between the tailgate and the front trunk. This, in effect, means that anything shorter than the actual physical length of the truck can be transported flat inside the vehicle. But if that's not enough, the front of the frunk can fold down with a frunk gate along with the rear tailgate, which allows you to accommodate even longer items. This further cements the B2 as a great choice for anyone wanting a work-capable pickup. Other use cases allow the rear cabin wall to be folded down, allowing larger sheets of plywood to be transported in the back of the truck. Bollinger boasts that the rear seats can be removed in the B2. You can carry 72 4-foot by 8-foot by 1.5 inch plywood sheets in the vehicle. That's a lot of wood. In terms of total carrying capabilities, B2 has a load capacity of 5,000 pounds, Cybertruck can handle about 3,500 pounds, and according to Rivian, you can get about 1,760 pounds of cargo on the R1T. When it comes to towing, Cybertruck wins with its £14,000 rating for the triple motor variant, £10,000 for the dual motor variant, and £7,500 for the single motor variant. The R1T follows with a rating to tow £11,000, and the B2 is advertised as being able to tow about £7,500. Although these are still pre-production models, so that may change. Let's take a look at the inside. Bollinger is the one to stand out here, but not for the reasons you'll think. You won't find any giant touchscreens in B2, nor will you find any chatty voice assistants or nifty smart features. The B2 is old school, it's functional. Behind the steering wheel, you'll find a row of gauges and a shiny gear selector, which does look like something out of an old classic car. If you get into a B2 asking about level 5 autonomy and your infotainment systems, then frankly, you're in the wrong vehicle. Although we think of Teslas as being minimalist in their interior, Cybertruck is less minimalist than the B2. As with all Teslas, you can expect to find a giant center screen with no buttons or switches in sight. Cybertruck will have Model 3 style landscape displays, and the prototypes seem to feature the same kind of steering wheel that we've seen in the second generation prototypes for the Tesla Roadster. There will be seats for 6 with benches in the front and in the back, and the traditional dashboard is replaced by a desk-like faux marble counter. Any Tesla owner will probably find the interior familiar. However, the truck does carry over those cyberpunk design theme languages into the interior, providing a change of pace for someone who has multiple Teslas. The R1T doesn't have as many buttons as some pickup trucks out there, but it does have the most traditional dash and interior of all 3 trucks here. Honestly, that's not that hard. There are 2 main screens, one in the center console and one behind the steering wheel, and the dashboard and interior is full of earthy tones and wood accents which Rivian says are sustainably sourced. Overall, the interior is approachable and comfortable, and of these 3 vehicles, the Rivian's interior is going to make you feel like you're in any other pickup on sale today. Each of the 3 trucks have different approaches to their onboard tech and features, and since I've already told you that the Bollinger B2 is bare bones, you shouldn't expect all that much. But it does have some important bases covered. It has air conditioning, Bluetooth, and optional heated seats. And while it's not exactly tech, Bollinger says the inside of the B2 can actually be hosed down when it gets dirty. Yeah, it has a waterproof interior. There's also an onboard inverter and 10 110-volt outlets, so you can run power tools from the back of your truck. Rivian, on the other hand, has gone for a more tech-focused route. It's aimed for seamless infotainment experience and a comfortable ride. Rivians will have more modern tech and comforts that users have come to expect from any modern vehicle. There's also an air compressor in the bed and an independent air suspension system. One cool thing about the power tailgate is that it can fold to 90 and 180 degrees for easy loading and unloading. In addition to all of these features, Rivian is hoping to bring level 3 autonomy to all of its vehicles in the future. It did start out as an autonomous vehicle company. When this system will be rolled out remains to be seen, but it does show that Rivian is at least trying to take autonomous vehicle tech seriously. When the R1T was first debuted, Rivian made quite a lot of noise about the truck's onboard power inverter and bed-located outlets. Since it's aimed at outdoor adventure types, it was actually suggested that you could dry your wetsuit from the back of your pickup bed after a surf trip at the beach, or before you headed home. Tesla is known for its tech, and of course, Cybertruck is no exception. The Cybertruck will ship with all of the tech that Tesla customers have come to expect: over-the-air updates, autopilot, all of that goodness. But it will also have extra functionality. Like the R1T, it's going to have an air compressor in the back, and it will also have air suspension. The concept Cybertruck was also designed with the ability to carry and charge an electric ATV. Because of this, during the reveal, we saw a ramp being extended from the tailgate, which allowed the ATV to drive up into the bed. But let's not forget, there's a difference between a concept and a production vehicle. And while Tesla has said it's going to make the ATV, details on it are pretty sparse right now. Exactly what battery tech the truck will still use is unknown. However, Elon has said on Twitter that the truck will be sold with a solar option, which could allow the truck to generate up to 15 miles of range per day, depending on where it was parked. The Cybertruck, like other Tesla vehicles, will ship with all of the necessary tech for autopilot and later autonomous driving. But as we've said many, many times on this channel, when that will actually be pushed depends on regulatory approval and lots of other things. Finally, let's talk about price. I think it's no surprise that Cybertruck is by far the cheapest option when we're talking about entry-level models with its single-motor rear-wheel drive variant. It starts at just $39,900 US, but Tesla has a habit of nixing those entry-level models before they get made. This will give the Cybertruck over 250 miles of range and a sprint time of around 6.5 seconds. Cybertruck will be sold with a dual-motor all-wheel drive option, which starts at $49,900, and a tri-motor all-wheel drive option, which starts at $69,900. Tesla says these two variants will be able to travel over 300 miles and over 500 miles, respectively. Rivian's R1T is a lot more expensive. Actual pricing is still yet to be cemented, but we've heard figures quoted from around $68,000 to $69,000. Meanwhile, the R1S, the R1T's SUV sibling, is expected to retail from about $72,500. Rivian says the smallest battery pack for the R1T will offer 105 kilowatt hours of capacity, which should yield a pretty decent range of 230 miles or so, depending on how you drive it. Meanwhile, there will be a larger battery pack option for the R1T that promises more than 400 miles of range per charge, but we've not been given the price for that yet. Despite being the lowest tech of all three trucks, the B2 has the most expensive sticker price. The B2 will cost $125,000. This will get you a truck with around 200 miles of range. Which one would I personally go for though? If money was no object, honestly, I would love a B2 because I just love the design. I love rugged, classic vehicles. But I'd also quite like to own a Rivian R1T, as I quite like the look of that pickup truck as a daily driver. Honestly though, if I could have the R1T or B2 with Tesla drivetrains and Tesla pricing as well as supercharging, that would be the best. I know some people like Cybertruck's design, but I'm not one of them. As always though, the vehicle you will choose will be influenced by your own personal choices, so let me know in the comments which one you'd prefer and why. Or maybe you've already ordered one. Let us know below. That's it. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.